Shameless plug to open the show. If you'd like to support me and the podcast and to get your hands on some Electric Friends merch there's t-shirts, hoodies, stickers and more, head to the show notes of this episode from wherever you got it, or head to electric-friends.printify.me.
Electric Friends, a Gary Numan podcast. The songs and stories of a music icon.
Out of nowhere, a couple of months ago, I was looking at my release radar playlist on Spotify, the weekly playlist that Spotify updates with brand new releases of artists you like, and there was this song, Like a Bee Film, supposedly by Gary Numan. I hadn't heard of that song, I thought, and to be honest, in the past there have been these random songs attributed to Gary, only for it to be taken down soon after, as it was just some dodgy people uploading songs under his name. But I gave it a listen and quickly realised that it was actually taken from his upcoming 45th anniversary release of Telekon. And as I've always said, I'm nothing compared to a lot of Gary's fans, a lot of you listening now in terms of my Numan knowledge, but I figured it was probably a song that's been doing the rounds for years and had passed me by. But apparently not. It's a genuinely new, discovered, unreleased song from the Telekon-era. It was like transporting back to 1980 and hearing young Gary for the first time, something I wasn't able to do at the time. There was something surprisingly magical about it. You can tell it's not quite polished, but the bare bones are there, and the unmistakable synth sound is gorgeous. Although it's clearly something of a demo rather than perhaps what would have been the final version, and it's unclear when or why it was scrapped for Telekon, but I really love how Gary sings this song. It's almost playful in tone, and I love how he ends each verse in the offbeat.
Reply, you don't care, see you're not there, see no pictures, or I've seen actors that want more for their own, like a bee film on the ball screen, they're very small now, like a TV, but not for young eyes, watch the bodies of the deck go, ow. We are broken, we are shattered, we are glass. That's my sheets before you leave. What's your name? Hello Richard, see the change, but it wasn't even there. Hello young girls, more convincing, more confessions of love.
Lyrically, it's an interesting one. I found lyrics posted on lyric websites which are almost accurate, but on the Numanoids Facebook page, Tony Harrison posted a photo of what were apparently Gary's lyric sheet from the tour, so I think we can surely say that these are the official lyrics until Gary says otherwise. So he's apparently saying, reply you don't, and I'm sure he says care here, but it doesn't say that on the piece of paper, because you're not there, little pictures. I've seen actors dial 1more4, and again, nothing here, but I'm sure he says the road. Like a bee film on a ball screen, it says on the piece of paper. They're very small now. Like a TV, not for young eyes, just the bodies of the dead. Oh. We are broken, we are shattered, we are glass. Dust my sheets, before you leave, what's your name? Hello rich boy, not Richard as it says on some websites. See the change, but I wasn't even there. Hello young girls, more convincing, more confessions of love. We are silenced, we are questioned, we are going back to school. You are practiced, you are no one, you are nothing. You're the high dream, but you act like little boys. Dictation, see the girl, can you see her lying on the floor, or me? So what could it be about? Now, Gary has said in the past that when he first starts writing songs, he does sort of write almost gibberish lyrics, so perhaps it doesn't really mean anything, but we'll delve into it as much as we can from what we have. So right from the opening line, there's this certain sense of emotional absence. Reply, you don't care because you're not there, little pictures. That phrase, little pictures, immediately shrinks everything around. People aren't people, they're perhaps images, fragments, something you glance at rather than engage with, and that idea runs all the way through the song. The B-film imagery is really important. A B-film is a cheap, disposable film, something you don't always invest in emotionally perhaps. So when Gary sings "they're very small now," it feels like human life itself has been reduced, diminished by being constantly viewed through screens, which is quite apt for today, isn't it? And the line "not for young eyes, just the bodies of the dead" suggests perhaps that media that's numbing rather than shocking. We're so used to seeing damage and violence that it's lost its weight. Again, feels very modern. Then you hit the central statement of the song. We are broken, we are shattered, we are glass. We've heard that before, haven't we? There's also a strange mix of intimacy and anonymity. Dust my sheets before you leave, what's your name? A moment that should be personal, but it feels hollow. Names don't matter, people pass through each other without connection. And when he sings "hello rich boy, hello young girls," the tone shifts again. These greetings sound polite, almost casual, but what follows is rather uncomfortable. Confessions of love don't feel genuine here, they feel coerced or performed, and that links directly into "we are silenced, we are questioned, we are going back to school." Education isn't nurturing, it's conditioning. So those repeated accusations, you are practiced, you are no one, you are nothing, feel like a system stripping people down until they're empty. But taken as a whole, like a B-film, feels like Gary Numan holding up a mirror to society that's learned to watch suffering instead of feeling it, where perhaps people become images or roles, and the most chilling part is that it all plays out like a low-budget film, something you half-watch before moving on. I mean, I might be completely barking up the wrong tree, but that's what I see from those lyrics. And again, all of that feels very modern, really. Maybe I'm just using my modern brain when looking at all that.
We are silent, we are questions, we are going back to school. You are practice, you are no one, you are no good. You're the hygiene, you farm off little boys. Dictation to the girl, can you see a line on the floor? Or me?
When Gary spoke about it though at the Hammersmith show I was at, he joked it was actually a happy song.
When Beggar's Banquet came to look at the tapes for Telekon, they took them all away and they found some things that were that didn't make the album. I'm not very good at my words at the moment, sorry. Anyway, they found a song that didn't make the album, a demo of a thing called I can't even remember, Like a Big Job. Anyway, so we thought we would, I don't remember writing it, I have no memory of it whatsoever, but apparently I did. So, it sounds like it. I think it didn't make the album because it's happy. Definitely didn't give up. Anyway, I think that I released it. Have you heard of it? Like a Big Film. Okay. I have no fucking idea what's going on. Anyway, I thought we would do it because it's I just thought we'd do it.
It's fascinating to hear from Gary that he has no memory of writing or performing it. I can't imagine writing something like that and then having no memory, but it goes to show if you write the countless amount of tracks and demos that he's done over the years, it's bound to be easy for it to disappear from your brain. So that must have been weird for him listening back to it. So I wonder if there's any more out there. Looking at your comments about the song, Dean Hazel said, "I thought it was a John Fox tune, very reminiscent of Metamatic, but with Gary's instantly recognisable voice, a cracker." The girl with the Gary Numan tattoo said, "I can see why it didn't get onto Telekon, but I personally love it." And even Gary says it's growing on him now. Simon Rippin said, "It's always nice to hear those forgotten gems. Part of the fun with these unfinished pieces is what Gary calls the bullshit lyrics, which he does to give himself a sense of timing." Steve B said, "To me at first I thought it might have been left over from the dance sessions, but I love it and those synths." Bill Runacre said he was right to have not included it on Telekon, partly because it's been such a lovely surprise now. Good point. So the 45th anniversary LP also includes newly released demo versions of Please Push No More, the Air Crash Bureau and I'm an Agent, which are also fascinating to hear. And generally just a nice treat for us Numanoids just before Christmas, although I'm a bit sad because I ordered both the vinyl and the CD, but I didn't realise that the CD doesn't come out till I think January or February, and for some reason it can't deliver both separate packages, so I have to wait for it all to come in once. So never mind, I have to wait until after Christmas. But that is it for this episode of Electric Friends. Thanks for listening, and for listening all year. I do intend on releasing more episodes throughout the year if I can, but full-time work and life do make it tricky to do more than one a month, but I will endeavour to do more. But thanks for all your kind words and all your support throughout the year. It means a huge amount. And if you'd like to get in touch, either to tell me your Numanoid story or to suggest future episodes, whatever you like, please do. Email me newmanpodcast@gmail.com. Just like Darren did. He said, "Thank you for the podcast. Discovered it a few weeks ago and I've been smashing the episodes ever since. I don't really know anyone who's into Numan, so the pod really does feel like an electric friend. I was aware of Numan and blown away by him from the time Our Friends Electric and Cars were released, but at the time I was heavily entrenched in Sheffield's teddy boy culture and 50s rock and roll and didn't feel safe coming out in favour of this new electronic music. Later, when I left the nonsense behind, a schoolmate suggested I buy the recently released Telekon album, and from then I was hooked. Numan's music has left an indelible mark on my life. His lyrics in those early albums in particular resonated with me deeply. At that time I had no idea I was autistic and didn't know about Gary's diagnosis either. I was eventually diagnosed age 50, 10 years ago, and looking back over Gary's music I can see how he was viewing the world through an autistic lens. No wonder I felt such an affinity with him. I play his stuff all the time and love his more recent albums as much as the early years. Keep the pod going, it's great. Thank you very much for that, Darren. And so please do send in your message and how you became a Numanoid as well. It's always great to read. And remember, if you'd like to support me and the show, you can get your hands on some Electric Friends merch as t-shirts, hoodies, stickers and more. Head to the show notes of this episode for where to get them, or head to electric-friends.printify.me. For now though, have a great Christmas, New Year's and holiday season if you're listening to this before that, and I'll be back soon with a brand new episode. So for now, have a good one and see you soon.
Electric Friends, a Gary Numan podcast. The songs and stories of a music icon.